Hey Kim, thanks for having me here at Arizona Inc. in Tempe, Arizona for DTF Printing's 10 questions. How'd you get your start in the apparel industry?
Early 90s, down at the University of Arizona, we were doing t-shirts for fraternity and sororities because they have a big grease system down there, and fell right into our laps and started doing t-shirts.
What types of clients do you currently have?
Lots of our clients are small businesses. A lot of our clients are other t-shirt shops that purchase transfers from us, or if they have machines, they're sending jobs to us because they're too large for them to print in-house.
Do you have DTF technology in-house or do you outsource?
We do have DTF technology in-house, you want to see?
Absolutely.
So we have a few DTF printers. We have a few two-head and a few high-speed four-head. This is the very first two-head that we got over 3 years ago. It's a beast. It runs 8 hours a day for over the last 3 years. I love it. We added another one over in the back corner. Then we did a high-speed. And we have another high-speed that we're setting up. We also do UV DTF. We do embroidery. We got large format, digital printing, large format printing, commercial offset printing, sublimation, laser patches. I think that's everything.
What's the biggest challenge with DTF?
Probably the first year, so a long time ago, just getting everything set up and dialed in because the information that was coming out was all over the place. One day they would say, set it to this temperature, and the next day it was a different temperature. Things have really smoothed out, knock on wood. Haven't had, other than having to do a few head cleans in the past few months. And these machines are running 8 hours a day, every day.
What's the biggest benefit?
Take a file, get it ready for print, and have it be printed and pressed within minutes, and the level of detail. So when you really start figuring out how to work your files, if you have a good file and you send it in, it's gonna print well. So the challenge for us is not printing the good files, it's the bad files. So doing things like half toning when an image fades out, or making sure that a customer's color is consistent because they send in two different files, and one file has one build of a color, the other file has a different build of a color. The speed at which we can print, the quality at which we can print, and being able to put the transfer on things that you wouldn't normally be able to put them on. So like mesh shorts that have 2 layers, you can't screen print that. And the other option would be to do DTG, but sometimes you can't put a certain garment on a DTG because the print head will hit it. Transfers allow you to put them on whatever you want, any shape, any size, any fabric, and they've just been amazing.
What's your number one tip for others entering this space?
Number one tip for anybody that wants to get into printing at all, whether it's DTF printing or UV printing or large format printing, have an understanding of Illustrator and Photoshop. It's not as easy as just taking a file and printing it. And you might be able to get away with that for a while until you have an issue. And once you have an issue, you won't know how to fix it. So having a good understanding of Photoshop is a must. You really have to understand color, and you have to understand resolution, and what makes a good file good and what makes a bad file bad. If you can't do that, then you'll end up having to hire somebody and trust that they know what they're doing.
What's one thing you wish you could change about the DTF space today?
There's too many self-proclaimed experts, and there's too many people out there with information that is just not accurate. DTF printing is just printing, and it's just based on color and how much ink is being dropped to mix those colors. So if you're having an issue with something and someone just automatically just blames it on one thing and says, well, if you buy my product, you won't have that issue, that's not a solution. That's not actually fixing it. What you want to do is, what's wrong with the machine? What's wrong with your color calibration? Why are you having these issues? You just want to educate yourself as much as possible. That's going to give you the best opportunity to succeed. But if you're just listening to one person, you're assuming that person knows what they're talking about. And the truth is, they might not. They just might have a bunch of people that drink the Kool-Aid and believe them. But with over 25 years in offset commercial printing, I had to learn color theory. And the reason why I had to learn it is because with all the different machines that we have, my DTF has to match my large format. It has to match my UV. It has to match my offset printing, my digital printing. Everything has to match. So you have to learn about color, you have to learn about resolution, you have to learn about the difference between CMYK and RGB. If you don't know the difference of it, I suggest taking an RGB file, running it through your printer, then taking that file, converting it to CMYK and printing it, and take a look and see if there's a difference. You should notice a difference between the two. That can help a lot of people because they just think, well, it's the same file, it's the same color combination, but it really isn't.
Where do you see DTF technology in the next few years?
UV DTF has been a really cool addition. The only thing that is similar about regular DTF in the name, because the only similarity is you're printing to film with DTF and you're printing to film with UV DTF. UV DTF will pretty much replace vinyl. It'll replace doing cut and plot vinyl. So it's durable, it'll last longer. It actually lasts longer than vinyl because vinyl, that substrate, if you put it in the sun, it will start breaking down and turning colors and the edges will start peeling up. With this, you just have ink and adhesive, and you're putting the ultraviolet gloss on top of it, which makes it feel really nice, look great, but then it also really protects it.
What's your favorite part of your job?
Every day is different. There's always something I have to figure out, whether it's a customer that has an issue and they went somewhere else and it didn't get done right, and they came in and they say, you know, I really need to have this today, and I make it happen for them, and they leave just the happiest customer you could ever have, and they just love us from that moment on. I love just figuring out issues and helping customers and teaching them, because I try to educate my customers as much as possible, because the more I teach them, the better their jobs are that they send in, and the better that they are, the better they look when they go to their customers. So helping and educating as much as I possibly can. So it's just fun and really rewarding.
One final question for you, Kim. What do you wish you had more time to do?
A lot of things, because since COVID, I feel like I'm working harder than I ever have. I mean, it's great, but I wish I had more time to just do fun things with my family, you know, snowboarding or going to a beach or having friends over and just hanging out by the pool and just relaxing and not stressing out about work.